The shift has happened. The youth movement is here. From here on out, the focus on developing the young Sacramento Kings players is happening. And tonight, the young Kings arguably had their best games of the season tonight in a defensive battle against the Portland Trailblazers. Let's talk about this game right now on our Kings-related post-game recap. Let's go. What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of our Kings-related podcast, wherever you may be. In this post-game recap of the Kings' loss on this Saturday evening at home against the Portland Trailblazers. Of course, before we get into tonight's recap, if you're watching on YouTube, please hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up, and leave a comment down below. We are also available on all audio platforms, so please follow, rate, and review. That'd be much appreciated. I never imagined me saying this phrase for this season where the Kings, they lose a game tonight, 90-93 in a defensive battle against the Portland Trailblazers just after losing a couple nights ago up in Portland. And this was a tough contest in Sacramento. They used their defense to stay in this game tonight season. Even though they used their defense to stay in this game, Sacramento's offense is another story. But head coach Doug Christie this time has stressed the importance of defense. Going back to training camp, preseason, and even here in the regular season. That's what this Kings team brought tonight. Ultimately, the Kings couldn't get enough scoring to keep up down the stretch in this game. But it was good to see the Kings make strides on the defensive end in this game. And again, the rookies, the young Kings, the shift has happened. The youth movement is underway. Once again, the Kings rookies showed out. And all three of them had some of the best games of the season tonight. Seeing 17 points, 11 rebounds, 13 from the field as he has continued his strong stretch. And in my opinion, for the second straight game, I think Max outplayed Donovan Clingan in this game. He outplayed him Thursday night up in Portland, and again tonight. Max, a 42nd pick in the second round. Donovan, a first round pick. Incredible. And Max has been the biggest surprise so far this season. And I know I was excited on draft night when the Kings drafted him in the second round, but he looked like he would need time to develop in Stockton this year. I thought he would spend most of the season in Stockton developing, but with the injury to Sabonis, here is Max starting games and playing better and better every night. As I have preached several times in these recaps this season, it is real-time growth and player development we are seeing from Max Raynaud. Nique Clifford, arguably his best game of the season tonight. 12 points, 5 rebounds, 2 steals, and an assist in just under 30 minutes tonight. I would have loved to see Clifford late in this game playing down the stretch, but he wasn't. And tonight, I thought Clifford looked more decisive and confident with the basketball and his shot selection as well, which is really crucial for Clifford in finding his rhythm and getting into a role that he's more used to. So just awesome to see. And I also think in this game, Clifford has played great defense throughout this game tonight against Portland. He doesn't make many flashy plays on the defensive end, but he is in the right position. He keeps his chest in front, making his opponents take difficult shots consistently. Really nice to see your first round pick in Nique Clifford. And then on the flip side, you got Dylan Cardwell, who the second straight game against Portland, who has almost entirely flashy plays. And the Kings rookie big, he finished with 4 points. He also added 8 rebounds in this game and 5 blocks. Incredible. And he was a force on the defensive end. He played a huge part in the Kings' defensive scheme tonight. The Kings, they haven't had a true rim protector in years. I can't remember the last time they really had a true rim protector. For a long time. Dylan Cardwell has shown flashes of being an elite defender with his size, athleticism, and his energy. And that's the most important thing that he brings is that energy off the bench. And he will instantly become a fan favorite here in Sacramento with the way that Dylan plays. The offense did struggle tonight. Sacramento, they shot just 38% from the field and 19% from three. In an NBA where if you don't make your threes, you are not going to win ball games. And the Kings, they used 17 offensive rebounds on 18 second chance points to stay in this ball game. It really is incredible that this game was as close as it was with how bad the Kings were playing on the offensive end. Just incredible. So, as I said, the youth movement has happened, the shift has happened, and from here on out, for the rest of this season, it appears that Doug Christie is focused on developing the young guys on this team. And they held their own against the Portland Trailblazers. Couldn't get over the hump. First of all, let's talk about the brothers, the twin brothers, Keegan and Chris Murray, who started for both Portland and Sacramento, and the battle was fun to watch. Keegan Murray, 15 points and 5 rebounds. Chris Murray, 9 points, 3 rebounds. Who won the battle? The big brother won the battle tonight, but ultimately lost the war because Chris got the win for the Portland Trailblazers. As I mentioned earlier, Nique Clifford looked confident as he has all season. His best game, as I mentioned earlier, he shot the three ball, took players off the dribble on the defensive end, showed zero hesitation on his jump shots tonight. He had 12 points, 5 of 11 shooting. He also chipped in with 7 rebounds. They had Max Raynaud, who has started out, he did start out slow tonight, but he battled Donovan Clingan in this game. Raynaud crushed it in the second half of this game. Another double-double, 17 points, 12 rebounds, steal, and a block. And he is developing at an incredible rate on this season. And I can't wait to see what he looks like by the end of this season. We get to game 82 this year. It's going to be incredible to watch. And as I mentioned earlier again, Dylan Cardwell, the two-way player for Sacramento, he is turning into a enforcer for the Sacramento Kings. And as I said, he's becoming a fan favorite here in Sacramento. He plays physical with energy and he's got that non-stop motor that stands out every minute that he was on that basketball floor tonight. Just 4 points, 8 rebounds in this game, and career 5 blocks, as I mentioned earlier. And again, even though you're playing the young Kings, you still got DeRozan out there, Dennis Schroeder, and Russell Westbrook. They all had their moments tonight against Portland. DeRozan, 15 points, 5 rebounds. Dennis, 21 points, 6 assists in this game. Russ, 7 points, 7 assists, and 8 rebounds in this game. And for the second straight game tonight, a DNP CD for Malik Monk, who sat out as a healthy scratch for the second straight game. And whether this is a permanent or just a blimp on the radar of the logjam, if you're watching this on YouTube, logjam in quotation marks in the backcourt that the Kings have at that guard position. The Kings could have used his energy as well, and also his 41% shooting from the 3-point position tonight, even though the Kings did not shoot the ball well from 3 in this game. But Monk is the odd man out in the rotation that Doug Christie has been going to these last couple of games. So the youth movement is on here in Sacramento. It has begun. Just really impressed with this, even though it's a lot. I don't care if we lose or win tonight. All I care about is the young players and how they play. And tonight, Max, Clifford, and Dylan Cardwell all had their best games of the season tonight for the Sacramento Kings. And I'm telling you right now, the future is bright for Max Raynaud. I want him to start getting the love he deserves from a national perspective because he deserves it. He's playing incredibly well right now for the Sacramento Kings. And as I mentioned earlier, again, I can't wait to see what Max looks like when we get to game 82 for the final game of the season. It's going to be fun, and it just says, and when Nique Clifford starts getting more and more minutes, that's going to be fun as well. He's back in action tomorrow night against the Houston Rockets. The Kings are now 6-22. They have the worst record in the West and tied for second, I believe, in the NBA. They have a 14% chance of winning the draft lottery, and a 52% chance of securing a top 4 draft pick in a loaded 2026 NBA draft pick. Absolutely incredible. Back tomorrow for another post-game recap following the game tomorrow against the Houston Rockets. And if you're watching on YouTube, please hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up, comment down below. Well, available on all audio platforms, so please follow, rate, and review all that stuff. And we'll see you tomorrow night for another recap. As always, take care and go Kings.